सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ उपदेश साहस्री Chapter 18, verse number 152. रूपादीनां यथान्यस्यात् ग्राह्यत्वाद् ग्राहकस्तथा प्रत्ययस्य तथान्यस्यात् व्यञ्जकत्वात् प्रदीपवत्. A small correction in the second line. Pratyayastatta thanyaha is there. We can take it as pratyayasya. Pratyayasya tatha anyaha. Shankaracharya, after refuting the Bhattamatam, establishing the Adhyaksha Siddhi, how this Adhyaksha, the Sakshi Chaitanyam, is an independent entity. And this Sakshi Chaitanyam enlivens by lending reflected consciousness, Chidabhasa. By lending RC, the reflected consciousness, to the Buddhi, Buddhi becomes shining. That means Achetana Buddhi becomes Chetana. Chetana Buddhi. Once the Buddhi becomes Chetana, then it becomes the illuminator of the world, the external objects. This whole topic is familiar topic only, but it is very, very important to understand or to claim that I am Sakshi Chaitanyam only. This is one of the best prakriya where I can disidentify with Antahkaranam. By knowing the nature of the internal organs also, that is Buddhi, Chitta, Ahankara. Who is that Ahankara? The lower I is dominant when we are ignorant. Lower I, Ahankara, is dominant or predominant when we are ignorant. Once we are wise enough that Ahankara loses its hood, that poisonous nature of Ahankara is what? Creating guilt, hurt or limitation, generating lot of doshas in me, dukkha mishritam, bandhakatvam, atruptikaratvam. All these are done by the Buddhi alone or Ahankara, the Pramata alone. Which Pramata, the Ahankara, is unenlightened. Unenlightened means Ajnani Ahankara. we have to convert that ajnani ahankara into jnani ahankara. Once that ajnani ahankara, lower I, is converted into higher I, that is jnani I, aham, that ahankara is an ornament. That ahankara is my vibhuti. That ahankara, lower I, is my beauty, novelty, variety. It is not going to cause any MBBS in me. MBBS caused ahankara has to be replaced by Shuddha Buddha Mukta Swarupa Aham Atma Sakshi. This is the conversion. Replacement, just replacement. That is why Paramam Pujya Dayananda Swamiji calls it as cognitive change. Moksha is nothing but a cognitive change. Change in your cognition, in your thinking pattern about yourself, about Ishvara, about the world. Your thinking pattern will change. Other than this, nothing else is required. Then you can claim aham vrikshasya reriva, mayyeva sakalam jatam. That time you can declare. You can do dandora happily. Aho shastram, aho shastram, aho guru, dhanyosmi, dhanyosmi. You can sing wonderful song like that. No one can hit that song. That song can never hit by any other song, because that is the most beautiful song. Dhanyosmi, dhanyosmi, aho guru, aho shastram is the beautiful tune just ringing in your mind. For that purpose only, this whole process of understanding the buddhis, its nature, lower ahankara, its status, its dependency, its original rupam, we have to understand thoroughly, patiently. With a lot of patience, I have to watch my own buddhi, my own mind. Yatra yatra grahyatvam. Wherever, whatever must be grasped. Yatra yatra grahyatvam. Tatra tatra grahakatvam. Wherever there is a grasped, nor known, observed, perceived happens, there must be grasper, knower, perceiver, observer. Observed, observer. Grasped, grasper. Known, knower. So, what must be grasped, known, should have a grasper. What must be perceived must have a perceiver. What must be observed must have a observer. That is the law. So, that is in the first stage of vyapti. Yatha rupadinam. Rupa means forms and colors. Yatha rupavam vyatirikta grahakaha asti. Anyaha. Rupa vyatirikta anyaha. Anyaha means vyatirikta, other than. Grahakaha, the grasper, perceiver. Asti tatha, similarly. This is only drishtanta. Just as the objects are perceived by me, all perceived objects having the perceiver, similarly, tatha, pratyaya, even your thoughts, pratyaya vitarikta grahakaha asti. Full anumanam. This is called inference. First anumanam is this. Pratyayaha is a pakshaha. Anumanam word comes, it is in Tarka Shastra. Pakshaha, Hetu, Drishtanta, all will come. What is pakshaha in this shloka? Pratyayaha. Second line, pratyayasya is there. Pakshaha, it is the locus of discussion. So, swasva anyaha sakshi grahyaha. It is grasped by sakshi. Pratyaya, the thought, pleasant thought, unpleasant thought, all your moods, emotions, all these thoughts which are happening in your mind, swa anya sakshi grahyaha. They are grasped by Sakshi Chaitanyam. Pratyaya is grasped by Sakshi. So Sakshi is different. Grasper is different from the grasped. Observer is different from the observed. All these you know very well. I know that you know very well. But it is just like an loud sharing, enjoying the whole thing again and again. Your glory you are listening once again, that's all. Swanyaha sakshi, pratyaya is grasped by sakshi, who is different from the pratyaya. Just as I grasped the car, I am different from the car. Just as I perceived that house, I am different from the house. Just as I perceived an animal, observed an animal, I am different from the animal. Similarly, the pratyaya, the thought rise in the buddhi, that is also different from me, the perceiver of that thought. I, the Sakshi, am the internal observer of that internal thoughts. Therefore, your thoughts are also perceived by you. Therefore, you are not that thought. Dukkha, Dukhi, Ragi, Krodhi, all these are happening in the mind screen. Pratyayaha, different from the pratyaya. So, Hetu is grahyatvat, because the reason is thought is also grasped by me. Therefore, I am different from the thought. What thought? Pleasant thought, unpleasant thought, so thought. Priya, moda, pramoda. Happy, happier, happy thought, happier thought, happiest thought. I am different from them. Rupadivat is the drishtanta. Rupadivat, like forms, colors, etc. This is the first anumanam. Then second anumanam is Venjakasya. Venjakatvat Rupadivat. So wherever there is changing illuminator, Pratyaya is a changing illuminator. There must be someone else who is changeless. Sakshi is also a perceiver of Pratyaya, internal mind. Pratyaya is also the perceiver of external objects. Pratyaya means pot thought, house thought, book thought. All these are also perceivers of external objects. Therefore, what is going to be the communication here? Ultimately, yatra yatra savikaraha prakashakaha. Savikara prakashakaha. Buddhi is the savikara prakashakaha, changing illuminator. Book thought is different from the house thought. House thought is different from the moon thought. Moon thought is different from the tree thought. Different. Savikara pratyaya prakashakaha. Tatra tatra swa-anya-grahyatvam deepavat. Deepa is different from what it illumines. Similarly, I, the Sakshi, am different from the mind. So, Deepa is the illuminator. Savikara is, if Deepa is Drishtanta, Pratyaya is compared to a light. Light is not changing. Nataka Deepa Prakaranam Panchadashi, Vidyaranya says, the light illumines the stage. All the characters are coming and going on the stage. While they are doing Samudra Mathanam drama, the Rakshasas, Devas, all are coming and churning. They are coming and going. So many other things are coming. But light is same, not changing. Similarly, Buddhi is thoughts are like dancing characters, like different objects coming in front of the mind and changing and replace the other object, other forms. But the Sakshi, the illuminator light, Prakashaha, compared to that Sakshi Chaitanyam is compared to the light. Ghata Pratyayaha, pot thought. Pot thought illumines the pot. Flower thought illumines the flower. They are changing. But the final illuminator of that changing Savikara, Pratyaya, is illumined by the Nirvikara Sakshi. Pratiyate anena iti Pratyayaha, because of which everything is known. That is why it is called Pratyaya. Changing illuminator Pratyaya has got Sakshi, the changeless illuminator. Illuminator of what? Illuminator of Pratyaya. Sakshi is the Nirvikara Drashta. Sakshi, I am the witness, consciousness. Nirvikara, Vikara Rahita, changeless, seer, observer, drashta, perceiver. Of what? Changing Pratyaya, movie like. Pratyaya Sakshi Grahyam. This is that answer for Adhyaksha Siddhi is over. What is Adhyaksha Siddhi? Sakshi Chaitanyam is changeless witness, consciousness, changeless perceiver, changeless knower, changeless observer. Changeless Sakshi is seeing the changing Sakshyam. Sakshi Sakshyam. Like that. Buddhi or Pratyaya is changing. Always Savikara Drashta. Changing seer, changing knower, changing perceiver. Savikara Drashta, changing observer, Buddhi. That is why we mistake Buddhi as ourself. Because it is also playing a drashtrutvam status, drashta, seer, observer, pramata, knower. Therefore, we easily commit mistake and we do lot of friendship with that pramata, buddhi, observer with pratyaya. Lot of process is going on inside within fraction of seconds. Before you are observing, it will dance like anything. In that dance, you forget the light. None of us remember the light which is illumining all the dancers. We focus on the dancers only, their costumes, their abhinayam, navarasas. Every one of us are focusing on changing dancers, changing rasas, navarasas. None of us give credit to the light. Hmm? That credit goes only to the light. Like that, here also, none of us give recognition, appreciation, credit to the Sakshi, light like Sakshi. Pradeepavat, like light, Sakshi is the illuminator of the dancing mind. Dancing mind. Mind is like a dancer. Mind means you have to take our buddhi. Whenever we say, generally, you have to take upalakshanam, manasu, buddhi, and chitta ahankara also included. Once we say buddhi, you include mind, chitta ahankara. When we say ahankara, include buddhi, manas also. Whole antakaranam is one package. Don't forget this. It is your homework. Every time teacher need not remind. Up to here we saw in the last class. So what is the final conclusion? I, the Sakshi Chaitanyam, am Nirvikara Adhyakshaha, changeless. Otherwise, if I am also Sakshi Chaitanyam is also Savikaram, another changeless Sakshi is required. Anirmoksha Prasangaha. I can never get knowledge of that I am changeless, pure consciousness. Okay, now we'll go to the next verse, verse number 153. Next page. So you don't have any page. If you have book, you can see that. Page number 264. Because in the camp I have given this book to many students. So some of you are having books. With this 152 Adhyaksha Siddhi over. Now he is going to talk about the difference between the relation between this Buddhi and Adhyaksha Sakshi. Adhyakshasya drishe kidrik sambandha sambhavishyati adhyakshena tu drishyena muktvanyo drashtru drishyata. This is a very, very interesting topic. I love this topic. It is like a halwa. When this type of seer number 1, seer number 2, and the prameyam, pramata, all this comes, it is very interesting. We saw elaborately in Vicharasagara also. Adhyakshaha means here subject. Second line, there is a small correction. Adhyakshena is there. You have to add yakara to ksha. Adhyakshena. Once you write adhyaksha, it denotes that subject. Adhyakshaha Sakshi Chaitanya. This is the Siddhanta. Final, we are coming to Siddhanta, establishing the Advaita Siddhanta. Adhyakshaha is the subject. Adhyaksha is the object. Witnessed. Adhyakshaha is witness. Witnesser, witness. What is the relation between Sakshi, the Adhyaksha, and the Buddhi Adhyaksha? That is given here. The relation is nothing but, he says, Drashtru Drishyata. What is the relation? Prameyam means, another word, technical terms is Prameyam. Prameyam in external world, Saksham means internal world. When you talk about Prameyam word, we use with regard to the external objects. External objects are called Prameyam. When internal thoughts, emotions, when we are observing the buddhi, pratyaya, the thoughts, when we are observing, those internal observed thoughts are called not prameyam but adhyakshya or sakshyam. Sakshyam means internal world. Prameyam means external world. So buddhi is called sakshyam here. Sakshyam is equal to adhyaksha. Adhyakshya. Yakara you have to add. Sakshik, if you add yakara, it becomes an object. Sakshyam is equal to adhyakshya is equal to buddhi. Opposite to sakshi, adhyakshaha, that is, other than the subject object relation, what other relation can exist? What other relation can be there between adhyaksha sakshi and adhyakshya buddhi? Other than subject object relation, what relation can be there between adhyaksha sakshi, adhyakshya buddhi? Beautiful presentation. Adhyakshasya drishehe. Adhyakshena drishyena. First line, adhyakshasya drishehe, that is subject. Second line, adhyakshena drishyena, that's called object. Drashtru drishyata muktva, other than leaving, muktva means leaving, drashtru drishyata means seer and seen, knower and known, perceiver and perceived, observer and observed. I have to move this head like this because subject to object, observer observed, grasper grasped, like that. Muktva, other than this, anyaha kidrik sambandhaha bhavishyati. What can be the relation other than subject object relation? Drashtru drishyatam. Drishya means object. Yatu yatu drishyam tatu tatu nashwaram. Drishyatvat ghatavat. Whatever is drishyam, observed, seen, perceived, is anityam, mithya. Buddhi is also pratyaya, where buddhi is there, pratyaya is there in that buddhi, it is also observed by me. Therefore, anityam, mithya, drishyatvat, ghatavat. Ghatam is mithya because drishyatvat, because it is seen by me. Whatever I see is different from me. Whatever is seen by me is not me. Therefore, I am different from that seen object. I am Satyam. Whatever is seen by me is not Satyam. Correct? Similarly, mind is also seen by me. Pratyaya is also seen by me, observed by me, perceived by me. Therefore, it is different from me. Therefore, it is not me. Therefore, it is mithya. Drishyatvat, ghatavat. Like pot, it is also observed by me. What a beautiful anvaya vitareka. Katham bhavishyati, other than subject-object relation, what relation is possible between sakshi and sakshyam, or adhyaksha and adhyakshya, or drik and drishya, drik drishya sambandha, drik drishya viveka care of. Whole book Vidyaranya wrote drik drishya vivek. Wonderful. That is why in Dakshinamurti Stotram, Drishyam Vishwam Darpana Drishyamana Nagari Tulyam Nijantargatam, over teaching. Nija Antargatam Tulyam. Like Vishwam Darpana, just as you see the reflections in the mirror, how real they are. Tulyam, Nija Antargatam. Even internal world is also like that only. Next shloka 154. अध्यक्षेण कृता दृष्टिः दृश्यं व्याप्नोत्यथापि वा नित्याध्यक्षकृतः कश्चित् उपकारो भवेद् धियाम्. Here buddhi means antahkaranam, upalakshanaya manasu chitta ahankara. We saw two possibilities of knowing or witnessing. What are those two possibilities? One type of possibility is witnessing. Witness is in the form of action. Kriya. Action, kriya. Witness is in the form of action, kriya. This is one possibility. That means if Sakshi must sending light to the buddhi. Light means reflected consciousness, chidabhasa. Light pervades the buddhi. That means Sakshi is sending the light or pervading the buddhi means Sakshi becomes Savikara. Sending is an action. Wherever action is there, it becomes Savikaram. Therefore, this first possibility is ruled out. This is a process. So, second type of possibility is what? Sakshi sending RC, reflected consciousness, to buddhi is not correct. Nana chidra ghatodara sthitamaha deepa prabhabhaswaram. Where? Dakshinamurti stotram. Okay. Now second possibility is correct possibility. What is that? Really speaking, Sakshi is not sending. Sakshini sending action is not there. Sending what? Sending Chidabhasa or RC, reflection. Sakshi is not sending a light. It is all only pervading light. Sakshini sending kriya nasti. Okay. Sakshini, in Sakshi, there is no action called sending reflected consciousness. Your original face, sending reflected face into the mirror. We saw this already in the previous shlokas. He is going to remind that the antakaranam, being subtle, very, very refined, it is able to form a chidabhasa. This alone is called upakaraha. Who does upakara to whom? Sakshi giving the illumination capacity. Illumination capacity means buddhi becomes sentient. Because of that sentiency, buddhi in that pratyaya happens. Because of pratyaya, it sees the objects. All this is possible. Upakara is possible by Sakshi Chaitanyam. Adhyakshena krita drishtihi. Drishyam vyapnoti yatha. Now here Sakshi is without doing upakara, that is extra power given to the buddhi, blessed by the Sakshi. Sakshi doesn't willfully give chidabhasa. Sakshi doesn't do any action willfully. Buddhi is the knower because of Sakshi's blessing. Buddhi gets the knower status, knower of external objects, because of Sakshi illumines the buddhi. Sakshi illumines the buddhi means what? Sakshi illumines the buddhi means the upakara is called illumining the buddhi. Making the buddhi, making also is not an action. In its presence, that presence, what you can call, that's why adhyakshaha, presiding person is called adhyakshaha. He does not do anything. In his presence, whole program is taking place. Similarly, Sakshi is called Adhyakshaha because in its presence, Buddhi has got a capacity of reflecting the Chidabhasa. In its Sakshi, Sannidhya Matrena, correct word is Sannidhya Matrena. It means mere presence of Sakshi. The buddhi gets illumining capacity, illumining of outside objects. It knows that objects, photos, books, shelf, fan, etc., etc. So, Sakshi indirectly illumining the buddhi means Chidabhasa formation is the illumination. How Sakshi illumines the buddhi? How Sakshi illumines the buddhi? Sakshi Chidabhasa formation. Sakshi Sannidhya Matrena Chidabhasa is formed not everywhere, only in the buddhi, because it is a refined matter. Refined matter, illumination of the buddhi is nothing but formation of Chidabhasa. It happens when you walk in front of the mirror, your reflection happens in the mirror. What do you do for that? You don't do anything. You stand in front of the mirror. Your reflected face immediately formed in the mirror. That is the mirror capacity. You don't do anything. Action of sending your face into the mirror. This example you understand very well. Whoever forms Chidabhasa alone illumines the buddhi. Whoever forms the Chidabhasa, who is forming Chidabhasa? Sakshi Chaitanya. Chidabhasa alone illumines the buddhi. Means Sakshi Chaitanyam illumines the buddhi. Sakshi alone forms the Chidabhasa. That is the upakara. Okay, that is the upakara. Sakshi illumines the buddhi. Sakshi illumines the jnana vritti. Sakshi illumines the ajnana vritti in the buddhi. We should not say Chidabhasa illumines the jnana vritti. Chidabhasa illumines the ajnana vritti. We should not say. Chidabhasa dvara buddhi illumines the external objects, not internal. So internal, all of them are illumined by Sakshi. So what is this? Never say Chidabhasa illumines jnana vritti, Chidabhasa illumines ajnana vritti, Chidabhasa illumines the buddhi. We should not say. Buddhi itself illumined by Chidabhasa. How Chidabhasa can illumine the buddhi? Buddhi, Chidabhasa is the upakara done by the Sakshi. So Sakshi alone is the illuminator of buddhi. Sakshi is the illuminator of jnana vritti, ajnana vritti. Chidabhasa along with the buddhi illumines the external objects, not the internal. Look into the shloka 154. Adhyakshena krita drishtihi drishyam vyapnoti yathanar. That means perception takes place by the Sakshi, the Adhyaksha. Adhyaksha. Drishtihi means here drik. Drishyam is the buddhi. Vyapnoti yatha. Just as outside, Adhyakshena krita drishtihi. Adhyakshadi Sakshi Chaitanyam pervades the buddhi, means it gives chidabhasa. Giving is within inverted commas. In its presence it shines. So for world is pramatra vedyaha, buddhi is sakshi vedyaha. Okay, paramparaya. So buddhi is directly witnessed by sakshi. Buddhi is directly witnessed by sakshi. External world is witnessed by the buddhi or pramata, ahankara. External world is witnessed by the pramata, ahankara. Internal buddhi is witnessed by the sakshi. Simple. Two are there. One is external world, bahya prapancha. Another is antara prapancha. Bahya prapancha is illumined by the ahankara, buddhi or pramata with the help of chidabhasa. Internal world, antara prapancha, is illumined by sakshi. Therefore, sakshi is nirvikara drashta, buddhi is savikara drashta. Bahya prapancha drashta is savikara drashta. Sanskrit is easy, simple. Bahya prapanchasya drashta, savikara drashta, buddhi. Antara prapancha drashta, sakshi is nirvikara drashta. Changeless seer. Nitya adhyakshkritaha kaschit. How to do anvaya? Adhyakshena krita drishtihi drishyam vyapnoti yatha. It pervades. Drishyam vyapnoti. Then dhyam nitya adhyakshakritaha. To the buddhi, nitya adhyaksha. So see that eternal. Nitya adhyakshaha sakshi. Buddhi is not eternal. When you go to sleep, buddhi is out of order. It is not there. But sakshi is there. Okay? Nitya adhyakshakritaha. Kaschit upakaraha bhavet. Nitya adhyaksha sakshi does some upakara to the buddhi. Oh buddhi, you are a buddhu. If I don't bless you with chidabhasa, you cannot see the world. Therefore, really speaking, sakshi want to enjoy the world through the buddhi, the pramata. So, I, the Atma, am enjoying the entire universe through the buddhi. Okay? Don't claim that you are buddhi. If you claim you are buddhi, you are a buddhu. Okay? You are using the instrument buddhi as a medium. It is a means for me, the Sakshi Chaitanyam, my mind, buddhi is a means to enjoy the world, to see the world. Lelayati iva dhyayati iva. As though dhyanam doing, as though enjoying, as though. Beautiful. Okay. Now let us go to. So, ghata vrittistha chidabhasa bahya ghatam prakashayati. So, sakshi illumines the pot thought. Pot thought plus chidabhasa illumines the pot, outside pot. Outside pot is illumined by chidabhasa sahita buddhi. Inside pot pratyaya is illumined by sakshi. Okay, this is the last point. External pot is illumined by external world illumined by the chidabhasa sahita buddhi. In that buddhi there is a thought. That pratyaya, ghata pratyaya, pot thought is illumined by the sakshi, perceived by the sakshi. So, nitya adhyakshakritaha kaschit upakaraha dhyam bhavet. Next verse, 155. Sachoktastannivatvam prak samvyaptischa ghatadishu यथा लोकादिसंव्याप्तिः व्यञ्जकत्वाद्धियस्तथा आलोकस्थो घटो यद्वत् बुद्ध्यारूढो भवेत् तथा धीव्याप्तिः स्याद् घटारोहः धियो व्याप्तौ क्रमो भवेत्. Another beautiful presentation. Acharya reminding 87th sloka I have already told you before. Prak 155 first line in the middle you see. Prak means before. Before means where. In the 87th sloka I already mentioned. What is that? Your reflection, reflected face, original face, mirror, medium. Like that, saha uktaha tannibhatvam. Here, nibha means chidabhasa. Tannibhatvam means upakara. That is chidabhasa. Second possibility we saw. That is not an action done by the Sakshi, but it is only what? Upakara. Giving the power to the buddhi. But again, giving also we should not say. Sannidhya matrena. Second possibility alone is correct. Okay. Buddhi plus RC. Saha tannibhatvam, saha prak tannibhatvam muktaha. Already we have said how the Sakshi Chaitanyam bless the buddhi with chidabhasa. By getting that blessing, buddhi does what? Samvyaptischa ghatadishu. It pervades the ghata, the pot. I know the pot. I see the pot and I know the pot. Okay? Vritti vyapti and phala vyapti. Seeing the pot is vritti vyapti. Thought pervades, ghata vritti pervades the ghata, the pot. Pot thought pervades the pot. You say there is a pot. Then next, what is phala vyapti? What is the phalam benefit? I know the pot. That is called phala vyapti. What is vritti vyapti, phala vyapti words I was telling? No, this is called vritti vyapti, phala vyapti. Pot is there, then I know the pot. I know the pot is phala vyapti. Pot is there is called vritti vyapti. Vritti means a pot thought pervades, climbing, mounting upon the pot, as though it is climbing, mounting the pot. Arohanam means what? Climbing, mounting. Yatha alokadi. Arohanam comes in the next verse. Alokadi samvyaptihi. Aloka means light. Just as the vritti vyapti, aloka, just as the light pervades the pot, objects, similarly my thought also pervades. Aloka means light, samvyaptihi pervades similarly. Similarly, what? Tatha venjakatvat dhiyaha. Similarly, buddhi is also illumined. Illumined subject, the subtle mind is like a light. It serves like a light. Samvyapti, you have to supply. Second time. Dhiyaha samvyaptihi. Ghatadishu dhiyaha samvyaptihi tadvat. Tatha. Venjakatvat. Venjakatvat means light has got buddhi compared to a light. Aloka. Aloka, light has got going pervading the object. Similarly, buddhi also in that vritti comes like a beam of light. Nana chidra ghatodara stitamaha deepa prabha bhaswaram. Jnanam yasya tu chakshuradhikarana dvara bahihi spandate. Then janamiti tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam. I know the pot, I know book, I know the house, I know this, I know that, I know that. Then all I know, I know, I know. How you know? Because of vritti vyapti and phala vyapti. It happens. Continuation of this shloka, in the next shloka he says, like light pervading the objects and making you to know the object. So vritti, the thought pervades the object, external objects, you know that object. Similarly, you see the second line, alokastaha yadvat alokastaha ghataha, just as this ghata, the pot, is pervaded by the light. Pot entry into the mind means mind perceiving that object. Mind pervades that object. Pot entry into the mind means what here? The mind pervades that, thought pervades that object. That is climbing, mounting like. Alokaha ghataha yadvat arudho bhavet. Ghataha means external pot. Yadvat alokaha alokasthaha ghataha. That pot which is illumined, buddhi arudhaha bhavet. Once in darkness you cannot see the pot. So the light pervades the pot and your eyes see that pot. Eyes, how they saw the pot? Your thought, beam of light, thought is compared to a beam of light. Along with Chidabhasa it goes. Vritti goes and pervades. Arudho bhavati, climbing, mounting on the pot like. It pervades the pot. Then you know, oh my dear, pot. One pot example we have taken, other also you can take. Whatever you see from the morning to till night, this is the whole process is going on within fraction of seconds. Arudhaha bhavati. Then you come to know, I know. How do you know? Because vritti vyapti. Then phala vyapti. I know my daughter, I know my son, I know my husband, I know my wife, I know my car, I know my house, I know my everything, whatever I possess. I know. Because it pervades. Similarly, dhi vyapti syad ghata arohaha dhiyaha vyaptau kramo bhavet. There is a krama when dhiyaha vyapnoti ghataha, pataha, and pustakam, etc. There is a krama. It can pervade only one after the other. It cannot pervade everything. What is the difference between the pervasion of buddhi outside objects, pervasion of sakshi on pratyayas, pratyaya, thought? First illuminator ki second illuminator ki enna nirvikara drashta ki savikara drashta ki enna difference enna? Savikara drashta kramena pashyati. Book knowledge, then only pot knowledge. After house knowledge, pen knowledge, flower knowledge, tree knowledge. One replace the other. Vyavritti is there. But sakshi, nirvikara drashta is, there is no krama. Always illumines. Sakshi always blessing with Chidabhasa, the buddhi, when it is seeing book also, when it is seeing pot also, when it is seeing tree also, when it is seeing like Surya Bhagavan. Surya Bhagavan is illumining the entire world. All the time he is illumining. There is no krama in that. Therefore, there is no parichinnata, finitude. Buddhi is only in waking state, it has got this capacity. Only in a particular object, it has got that capacity. Again, another object goes, again, it will change. Big object, small object, white color, red color, changing, savikara. That is why modifications are taking in vritti vikara. Thank God. If vritti vikara is not there, modifications are not there, you see always white color. What will happen? Huh? All the things you are seeing white, na problem. You should see the red as red color, white as white color, big as big, smaller one as smaller one. Like that we have to see. Modifications are required for buddhi, for vyavahara. So that is why you see different things at different timings, differently. भिन्न भिन्नतया भिन्न भिन्न वस्तूनां भिन्न भिन्न रूपेण, differently. But I the Sakshi, there is no krama. All the time uniformly anusyutataya vartate. Very nice subject. Details in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.